Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and today it's the return of the BORZ HUND, aka still not the Canis Panther.
Last time on Animal Watch, we met this brand new high-performance dog breed, initially confused with the Canis Panther, due to its photos accidentally being used as the poster dog for the Canis Panther breed, which then went viral. However, best of both worlds, the BORZ HUND is now a firmly established and widely recognised breed with a sensational reputation and an equally sensational wait list for one of these dogs. This incredible looking hellhound not only looks like a real-life sleek and muscular black panther, its health, performance, drive and obedience is off the charts. The goal of this breed? Creator Kian says to mirror a dog like the dogs of old before they were ruined by modern day breeders who breed for excessive size and looks rather than workability and health. Last time we watched the BORZ HUND was in the training studio at Working Canine Canada, running through some impressive drills. This time we will crank it up a notch, as today we will watch them work in real life scenarios, proving that this breed means business and is out there as a serious competitor in the working dog world of security and protection. Today we will see what happens when general harassment towards women at a coffee shop leads onto actual theft of an item, showing that our dog Finnan is quick to act. We will then act out a potentially dangerous carjacking in which the jackers, unfortunately for them, totally picked the wrong car. And finally, in an exciting and nail-biting kidnapping scenario where again our dog is ready for action, no matter when and no matter where. In our Halloween special, our real-life action hellhounds will show you just what they're made of in one of our most exciting episodes to date. Don't go away. He's beautiful. He's sleek. His muscles ripple with every ray of light. His eyes are quizzy and intelligent. His demeanour calm and responsive. His teeth willing and able. His grit crushing. Most of all, his physicality is fast and very, very agile. A hellhound from Resident Evil, perhaps? Nah, forget fantasy hellhounds. We have a real-life one for you today. Last year, Animal Watch visited the brand new kid on the block, an impressive and staggeringly handsome dog that has caused quite a stir in the dog community. Not just because he's simply unbelievable, but because he was confused with another breed, the Canis Panther, when his photos were used all over the internet, accidentally causing people to think these dogs were in fact the Canis Panther. Last time on Animal Watch, we found out all about the differences between best of both worlds BORZ HUND and the Canis Panther, and why Kian was intent on breeding the ultimate performance hound, one that mirrored the working dogs of over a century or more ago, before modern day breeding for size removed performance and capability. Described as a Doberman on steroids, this breed is anything but this, his genetics a secret, made up of several performance dog breeds all added to the mix to create this special formula. And my goodness, if you are so lucky to acquire one of these, as the wait lists are as long as your arm. Rightly so, as Kian is extremely fussy about anyone who would like to have one of his beloved prodigies. Last time we watched them perform in the studio, in agility, in guard work, they took down criminals, but the question was still asked, can they perform in real life? Well, this Halloween we thought we'd bring you part 2 of the BORZ HUND and show you just how awesome he is and how effective he is in real life situations. So today, Animal Watch has returned to Canada to meet creator Kian.
Hello, hi!
Hi Annika.
Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Hi guys! Look at you guys, you are so beautiful! Canada looks beautiful in autumn, doesn't it? We've got all the maple trees out, we've got the harvest, Halloween, and these beautiful hellhounds to match Halloween scenery and everything. So what have we got planned for this episode?
So today we're going to show you guys some real life scenarios. Last time you were here, we had a few young dogs that we showcased. They were prospects at the time for our personal protection program. Today we're going to be able to show you guys what we've been practicing over the last year to put them in some real life situations.
Today, Kian's partner Therese and Working Canine Canada have very kindly joined us to help with the real life scenarios.
Today we're going to show you guys some real life scenarios with my dogs. For this video, the decoy is going to be fully suited. I've seen a lot of videos with decoys wearing regular clothes and hidden sleeves, which is cool and looks good. But in a real life scenario, you're not going to have somebody come up to you and present their arm. So for that reason, we have the decoy fully suited because my dogs are trained to not to target any specific parts, but they will grab whatever is available.
We also want to make it clear that using a dog recklessly as a weapon is not advocated by Animal Watch, and protection dogs in public areas must always be under full control of the owner. Unnecessary violence will result in the prosecution of the dog's owner. These scenarios are here simply to show you the capability of these dogs using actors and decoys, so please do not copy anything you see today, as these dogs have had years of training by professional trainers. So first up, it's a typical morning coffee stop where two unassuming women may seem to look like easy targets when a dodgy individual approaches.
Anyway, we were having a conversation and he was staying.
Sit here?
Stay. No, thank you.
I'm gonna sit anyway.
We're in the middle of a conversation. We'd rather you
Come
not.
on, let's talk a little.
We'd rather you not. We'd rather you leave,
How
please.
about I get your number and we'll
No, thank you. We don't want to talk.
No, can you go away?
let's talk.
Good boy.
Why don't I grab your number?
No,
and
no,
we'll-
thank you. Listen, my dog is going to engage if you continue to harass us.
Nah, no, you won't. Let me grab your
No,
number.
thank you. Take him.
Finnan was quick to act when a case of harassment led on to actual theft by targeting the arm reaching for the phone. In a real-life situation with no padding, the bite would cause instantaneous pain and shock, rendering the criminal helpless, not to mention extreme injury, flesh wounds, and possible broken bones. The thief could then be apprehended and handed over to the authorities. Second up, we have a carjacking scenario, something frighteningly quite common in inner city areas. In this particular incident, our lady driver has a hidden canine partner at hand to make sure she's always safe.
Oh,
get this dog off of me! Oh!
Good boy, Finnan.
He's hurting me!
Good boy.
He's hurting me! Oh!
Good boy.
Oh!
Out! Finnan again was swift to act, meaning the thief didn't even have time to get into the car at all. Our final scenario is a little more serious. Women who break down alone in deserted areas could be a potential target for a kidnap and even murder. However, not on Finnan's watch.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I just got a flat, unfortunately. I was just going to call a towing service, but Finnan, help me! Finnan, help! Good boy. Good boy.
Get this dog off of me! He's hurting me!
Finnan wasted no time in apprehending the attacker. Sometimes protection dogs have to read the situation, as say for instance Therese had been gassed or gagged and might not have been able to give the attack command. Finnan would have been able to act in any situation that he instantly knew was wrong and dangerous to his owner, even without her vocalization. And to all the keyboard experts out there who seem to think they could have fought this dog off easily, as mentioned countless times before, the agonizing pain and injury received by the criminal would render you helpless. Those working in the security dog industry have told me that people bitten by security dogs often black out with shock, as well as lose control of bodily functions. Our decoys make it look easy as they have padding. These dogs are also trained to go for whatever limb is presented first. So no, you couldn't bribe them with a decoy sleeve as a toy, as it just won't work on these dogs. So good luck. Finally, we sat down with the BORZ HUND creator Kian to recap on the breed and any other news that's happened over the last year.
Well, due to popular demand, we're back with the infamous BORZ HUND. So Kian, everybody loves your dogs. They say they're some of the most beautiful dogs that they've ever seen. So Kian, how long ago was it when you first started the BORZ HUND?
We started the project in 2017. Right now, we have our 5th and 6th generation happening.
So who have we got here today?
This is Atusa. If you watched the last episode, Atusa was 5 months old then. We introduced her. She did a mini bite work and some obedience stuff for us. So she's now close to 1.5 years, a year and a few months.
What's her weight and height? Is she the size that you're aiming for with the females?
I try to stay away from dogs that are too big. I think that it's very important for dogs in order to keep their fitness, endurance, and stamina to be at a healthy weight, which I think for females anywhere between 70 to 80 pounds, and for males from like 85, 90 pounds, even a little bit less I'm okay with. I haven't really measured the height of my dogs, but I know some of my males are around 26, 28 inches to the shoulder.
So of course the last video had so many comments on it, people just trying to still guess what dogs you've put into the program. Are you still going to keep that a complete mystery to everyone?
They keep trying to guess what breeds I use, or they say that these are all mixes of certain breeds, or they call it Canis Panther or Doberman Pinscher or whatnot. I think people just have a really hard time accepting the fact that all of these breeds were created by mixing different breeds that were like the original breeds. So yes, of course, my dogs are mixed of, some breeds, but we haven't disclosed that information with anybody. So anyone who's guessing whether if they're right or wrong, it's not necessarily the answer that came from me. And as far as the other breeds go that have used my pictures for their dogs, my intention with the last video was not to make any dogs look bad. I'm just proud of my dogs, and I talk for the performance of my dogs.
Last time we spoke to you on Animal Watch, you were saying about how you breed certain lines of the BORZ HUND to do different things. So sometimes they can go to families as pets when they've got less drive. Then you've got other ones which enjoy working on a farm. You've got those that are really good at protection work and guarding. And of course, in this episode, we have seen the dogs performing lots of amazing scenarios as protection dogs. Why do you think your dogs are so brilliant for protection work?
One of the main reasons is because when we are breeding these dogs, when we're producing, when we have a new litter, everything is planned in a way that the dogs that we're selecting, they can perform. If we have dogs that are not the best performance-wise, we will not be using them in the program. Not to say they're bad dogs, but from the dogs that we have from our stock, we select the best ones to do the breeding with. And I think that's one of the main problems we have with certain dogs, such as the different working breeds that they don't perform. Sometimes breeders use dogs that they have available that are not performing. They breed those dogs, whether if it's for the reason of selling them or for show dogs and whatnot, and that's how certain working breeds have moved away from that performance. Our focus is the program is designed based on the performance, and we're very selective with which dogs we're pairing.
When you take them out and you do protection work with them, what qualities do you think the BORZ HUND brings to a situation that you think would benefit them maybe over another breed?
The number one thing that I'm proud of with my dogs is having dogs that are able to go in any environment and still perform. So whether if it's at the bank or on the plane or at the mall or at a coffee shop, anywhere, I want to have dogs that are always under control, have a clear head, but they know when it's time to go. I feel like sometimes when we're looking at some of the other breeds, the ones that perform are sometimes not always under control. They don't have the clear head to understand that, okay, I'm in a public place, everything's okay, until my owner says otherwise. So I think that's the biggest difference. In terms of overall performance and stuff, what I like is my dogs, they're at a decent size where they can perform any task, such as like if they have to jump out of the window of a car, or if they have to end up jumping on top of a car, or if they have to run half a mile to get to me for some reason. I think they can perform all those tasks, but sometimes when we're looking at dogs that are much bigger, like, oh, I have a 100-pound Doberman, I have a 100-pound German Shepherd and whatnot, okay, great. But how far can that dog run? How long could that dog run that far for?
So obviously there's only one of you, Kian, and there's only
for now.
For now. So I imagine they must be hugely popular. How do you go about selecting people to become parents of one of your dogs?
As we mentioned earlier when we were talking about different lines performing different tasks, so we had 2 litters last year. One litter was more specific towards protection homes and sports. So most of that litter was sold to people that wanted to participate in sports. And the other litter, the litter that Atusa is from, most of them are gone to family homes. So now, not to say that the ones that are going to family homes, they're not protective, but they're not at that level that they need to be constantly involved in the protection sports and bite work and stuff like that. So a lot of families we've had with young children or other pets, they get a dog from us and we still encourage them to get involved with some sort of training, but they are not as high energy as the other litter that I had. So when it comes to the selection of the homes, it comes down to basically who the people are, the lifestyle, what they're looking for, how much time they have, how much they want to invest into training and exercises. Depends on the litter that I have and also depends on the puppies. And then based on that, we'll decide which dog goes to which home.
Okay, so we've seen Finnan performing absolutely amazingly, doing some wonderful scenarios for us today. What sort of lines is he from? Would he be more a family protection dog, or has he got a slightly higher drive? How would you describe him?
I don't think he's considered one of my high drive dogs. So we've done a lot of protection work with Finnan, and what we liked about Finnan was that he's very, very calm. So he could go in any type of environment. So like I was saying before, that's very important for us to have dogs that are able to go in any type of environment, but at the same time know when there's a real threat and perform. So I wouldn't say Finnan is one of my high drive dogs, but he's done a really good job at understanding when it's time to protect his owners.
So if you have one of your more high drive dogs, would they go more into like security work and stuff that is sort of less out into the public area?
They could still be out in the public area, but when we're talking about real protection, sometimes the dogs that have less prey drive but higher defense work better. And I think in that case with Finnan is a bit more defensive and has a little bit less drive. So people, for example, when it comes to police canines, they typically use high drive dogs for police canines because the dog's got to be able to go after a suspect far away or send a dog on an attack. But in Finnan's case, when we're looking at a good protection dog, we want a dog that's going to stick right by you. We want a dog that's going to be right beside you. The balance between the drive and the defense is what makes him a good protection dog.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
In conclusion, the BORZ Hund is totally the most exciting new breed to come about in recent years. Every other breed that's recognised had to start somewhere, and by carefully controlling his programme, Kian is able to make sure only the best dogs are part of his ongoing breeding. These dogs are exceptionally fit, capable, and have a connection to their owner of absolute loyalty and intelligence. On top of this, they look sensational, with a look and physicality that comes from health alone, devoid of any breeding simply to make them look scary or huge. This breed is fit and capable, end of. And if you're lucky enough to end up with one of these dogs in your home, then you are blessed, as you won't be disappointed in your beautiful and capable hellhound. Certainly one of Animal Watch's most favourite dog breeds. Who knows? Maybe one could join the Animal Watch wolf pack in the future. Happy Halloween.
So obviously these dogs are very, very popular, and there were lots of inquiries, wasn't there, after the last time that you actually featured on the show, and a lot of people sort of not knowing how to contact you because sometimes they don't watch to the end of the episode where we make it very clear how to contact you. But let's go over how people can find out more information about these dogs, look at photos, read some information, get hold of you, chat to you, and maybe even start the process about having a puppy off you. Where should they go?
So if you want to learn more about the breed, if you go to borzhund.com, that's BORZHUND.com. That's where you can learn about the breed. We also have bestofbothworldscanine.com. That's our website where you can go and inquire about the dogs. You should find the link to that through the borzhund.com website as well. We only answer to emails, even though we have social media, Facebook and Instagram. We do not answer to any inquiries over social media. You can find the email on our Facebook page and on the Instagram page. I've had a lot of people that contact me and talk about getting on the waiting list because we don't have a lot of available dogs and we only have a litter or two every year or two. We don't really have a waiting list. We just go based on who is going to be providing the best home for our dogs. So if you send us an email, we'll send you an application. Once you fill out the application, if we have the right dog for you, we'll get back.
Okay, and if you missed the last episode, I'm going to put a link at the end of the video and also in the information bar, so you can click through and you can see lots of the training that we did with these guys. And if you enjoyed this episode, then give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking the button in the bottom hand corner, and tune in every week where I'll be bringing you more amazing episodes on dogs, wolves, animal rescue and conservation. Bye for now.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Annika. Thank you.